Hi, is the audio working now? Welcome to day 35 of watching me learn Spanish. My sickness is getting worse, so I don't have my camera set up, and the only thing I'm gonna do today is one lesson of language transfer. I want to just keep the progress going even though I feel terrible. So let's keep it to the bare minimum and get through one lesson. Alright, let's go.
So we've been seeing the obligatory uses of the mood tense, and we will continue to look at some of these uses. To choose is elegir,
Elegir.
which
Elegir.
sounds a little bit like,
Elect.
yes, elect, related to elect. Election in Spanish is elección. I choose from elegir is elijo. So what happened there?
The E became E.
Yes, the E or the E sound became an I or an E sound. So instead of splitting, this E just turns into an I. And that happens sometimes in Spanish with a few verbs. When we stress the E, instead of splitting, it will just turn into an I. So here we have elijo. And it's just when we stress it. So how would you say we choose from elegir?
Elegimos.
Elegimos. Good. So there, the E is not turning into an I because we're not stressing it. Elegimos. But in the other places where we stress it, it will. So we have elijo, you, informal, you choose.
Eliges.
Eliges. Good. So how would you say, I don't want you to choose for me? Now, when for means on my behalf, I don't want you to choose for me. I don't want you to choose on my behalf. The for that we use is por. But maybe we don't mean on my behalf. Maybe we mean I don't want you to choose something for me. Literally something that is for me. So in that case, we would use para. But let's make the sentence like on my behalf. I don't want you to choose for me. I don't want you to choose on my behalf. Speaking informally.
No quiero que elijas por mí.
No quiero que elijas por mí.
Very good. No quiero que elijas por mí.
No
Good.
quiero que
So por
elijas
me is
por
like
mí.
on my behalf. I don't want you to take my decisions. No quiero que elijas por mí. To break was romper or
Romper.
romperse if we say something breaks without saying who breaks it. We said that the romper was related to rupture in English, which also means it's related to corrupt. The rupt of corrupt is rupture, disrupt, erupt. So romper is to break. How would you say, I don't want it to break? I don't want it to break.
No quiero que rompa. No quiero que rompa.
No quiero que rompa.
If you say no quiero que rompa, I'm waiting to hear what you don't want it to break.
No quiero que se
Lo
rompa.
not lo rompa. It's
Well, that would be a different
se
sentence.
rompa.
Good. If you were to say no quiero que lo rompa, it would mean I don't want him or her to break it or you, formal, to break it. If you say no quiero que se rompa, we're not saying who, we're just saying I don't want it to break. I don't want it to break itself, even though we don't literally mean itself. We said that we can use para, for, para. We can use para like to when it's in order to. So when we have a to in English, which implies in order to, we should put para in Spanish. What was to find?
Encontrar.
Encontrar.
Encontrar. Encontrarse, encontrarse, to find oneself, is to meet up. To meet up. So how would you say we have met up or we have found ourselves or each other, which is the same word in Spanish?
Nos hemos encontrado.
Nos hemos encontrado.
Good. Nos hemos encontrado. We have met up.
Nos
So
hemos
we have met up
encontrado.
in order to speak. We have met up to speak. We have met up in order to speak.
Nos hemos encontrado para hablar.
So nos hemos encontrado para hablar.
Good. Nos hemos encontrado para hablar. Good. So we have met up to speak. And although we wouldn't say in order to speak, usually in English, if that to speak implies in order to speak, then we will put para in Spanish. Nos hemos encontrado para hablar. But after para qué, so that, para qué, you must use the mood tense. We have cooked in order that they eat. We have cooked so they eat.
Hemos cocinado para que comemos para que comamos.
Hemos cocinado para que coman.
Good. Hemos cocinado para que coman. Good. We
Hemos
have cooked so
cocinado
that they
para
eat.
que
And you
coman.
can't make the shortcut there of para comer. Hemos cocinado para comer because of course it would just sound like we have cooked in order to eat, in order for us to eat. Good. To go back or to return is volver, volver.
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 Volver, like in revolve, the volve of revolve is volver and exists in Spanish revolver, but in Spanish revolver means to stir. Revolver. So volver is to return or to go back or to come back. How do you think you would say I return, I come back or go back?
Volvo.
Volvo. Vuelvo.
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 Good, the O splits. Vuelvo. How would you say you come back or you go back, speaking informally?
Vuelves.
Vuelves.
Volver. Take it slowly.
Vuelves.
Good. Vuelves.
Vuelves.
Now, if you say so that you come back, in order for you to come back so that
Para
you
que
come back.
vuelvas.
Para que vuelvas.
Good. Para que vuelvas.
Para
So you
que
could say something
vuelvas.
like, I've done it so that you come back. I've done it so that you come back. So I have done, the version of hacer after haber, after any version of haber, is hecho. It's very
Lo he hecho para que vuelvas.
irregular. And we said that hecho, the version of hacer after haber, also means fact. So I have done, how is it? I have done.
He
He
hecho
Hecho.
Good. I have done it so
Lo
that you
hecho
come back.
para
Informally.
que vuelvas.
Lo he hecho para que
Good. Lo he hecho para que vuelvas. How would you say I have done it so that they come back?
Lo he hecho para que
lo he hecho
vuelvan.
para que vuelvan.
Good. Lo he hecho para que vuelvan. Good. How would you say they have done it so that we come back? They have done it so that we come back.
Lo han hecho para que
Lo han hecho
volvamos.
para que volvamos.
Good. Lo han hecho para que volvamos. They have done it so that we come back. And I should mention that you might hear para shortened down in Spanish to pa. So para que would sound like pa que volvamos. How much this happens or if it happens at all depends on dialect, so you will notice it. If you hear pa, it's just para. What was the word for so, like in so tired?
Tan.
Tan. And también, T-A-M-B-I-E-N, is as well also. And it actually has tan inside there. The N turned to an M because of that B, it softened it. So we have tan and then bien, también. Just like in English as well. Tan, other than so, can also be translated as in certain circumstances. And then well, from as well, bien. So interestingly, they are like direct translations of each other, even though if you think about it, the direct translation doesn't make any sense, as well. But it's the same in English and Spanish. As well, también. So, how would you say so that you too, so that you as well come back? And let's speak informally.
Para que tú también vuelvas.
Good. Para que tú también vuelvas, or para que vuelvas tú también. So how would you say we have done everything? We have done everything so that you also come back. We have done everything so that you also come back.
Hemos hecho todo.
Hemos
que-
hecho todo para que tú también vuelvas.
Good. Very good.
Para que
Hemos
tú-
hecho todo para que tú también vuelvas. Very good.
Okay, I'm gonna wrap up. I know that was a very short stream, but I just wanted to keep the progress going, even though I am very sick. So, sorry for the short stream, and thanks for tuning in. Hopefully, things are better tomorrow.